Yo, what's up, demeaning? Did I choose a time that you couldn't play? Can I not move this now? What's going on? Hold on. Something's being weird. You're offline all week? So you don't have any internet? Is that what you mean? Why is it doing this? Discord is being weird. They're doing hunter safety. On the computer. Interesting. Well, I hope that goes okay for them. Where am I? I'm in Milan. Okay. Well, shoot, let's find a good job. To Norway. Frozen octopi. That's interesting. There's 54,000. You know what? I've not been to Norway in forever. Let's go up there. That'll be fun. That is a crazy long drive, too. Well, hey, on a side note, the US server on, at least for ETS, is back up. I haven't checked the ATS status of the American server, but... Well, at least you can live vicariously through me, right? You do see that. I don't know why ETS has started doing this mouse thing now. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna fix that again, because that's super annoying. I've never had to do this before. I'm starting to wonder if it was this new Windows update that just got installed. Trying to do things on my phone at the same time. It's not working out well. Your computer crashed about 10 minutes ago? Okay, let's take a look at this route. This all seems pretty straightforward. I've not painted that section, so we'll do that. This is a complicated drive, isn't it? Let's go there. Okay. We're gonna jump over here. I think this is the really cool road I want to show off afterwards. Okay. But that'll be a while. That's not there. What am I doing? It's here. I was joking the whole time. Oh, dude, that's gonna be awesome. You have to tell me how that works out. I've gotten a lot better at making it through these toll booths without stopping. Whew. That was close. Snap, crackle, pop. I'm too far over. That's why this feels weird. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that feels so much better. And then I'll move this. Oh, there we go. That's okay, demeaning. You're the most important one here. See what I did there? Well, that one didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I'm only at 12% damage, so I think if that's all I do, I'll be okay to make the whole trip. And then I'll stop in Bergen and repair up there. If there's a repair station there. Oh good, we're leaving Italy. I like Italy, I think it looks nice, there's just too damn many toll roads. Everything is a toll road in Italy. It's so like, ugh. I think it's pretty much the same in France, though. I'm going to be crossing that bridge here in a minute. Shut down in the last 10 kilometers. That sounds about right. Chugga, 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 chugga. Struggling through this tunnel. There's another one coming up here in a second. Did I cross into Germany? I don't remember coming to another border crossing, but I'm seeing exits for a whole bunch of German cities. Maybe I'll be coming up to the border crossing in a minute. I think it's kind of interesting that they go ahead and put in these intersections for areas where they plan to expand shortly. Like, I'm sure that's going to head off west, heading towards the Iberian. That would just make sense. Alright, see you later, demeaning. Have a good one, man. Thanks for hanging out for a few minutes. Dude, that upper bridge looks awesome. I want to drive on that. So how's everyone else doing today? Here's Germany. Nope, don't want to turn there. That would have gotten me lost. Not really lost, just definitely had taken me in the wrong direction. I'd love to see if there was a mod that enabled it so that the draw distance in my mirrors could get increased. Maybe there's something for that just in the options menu that I haven't seen or paid attention to. You know, even just something as simple as like a 50% increase would make that look a lot better. Next time I come to a stop, I'll check the settings menu and see if there's something in there for that. Cappy's being sneaky. I always have a tendency of doing that when I'm changing lanes, is signaling back again, because that's what I'm used to doing with my hand in real life, is flipping the signal in the opposite direction. But here it just totally alters what you're trying to do. Like, no, I don't want to go right. I got a snack. Interesting. What's up, Serum Sword? Yeah, I know, right? How long you been hanging out here? And what have you been up to lately? Hey, Mom. I'm glad to hear back from you. Marty? What is up, dude? How was the trip, Mom? Was it, hopefully uneventful? Hasty just finished Final Fantasy VII? Nice. Well, a segment. He's finished streaming the portion he was playing. Gotcha. What disc is he on? Oh, he's playing via Steam. Oh, did they? I guess that kind of makes sense. Play the remastered version or whatever. He just finished disc 1. Okay. Isn't it 4 discs? So he's got a ways to go. Hasty, what's up, dude? Don't worry about it, Mom. Do your thing. How was your stream, Hasty? You said, why would you ever do that? I've never actually played Final Fantasy VII very much. I played a little and then quit. But why would anybody want to skip the Alexander summon? Alexander is amazing. Or at least he was in Final Fantasy IV. And 6. He was okay in 6. He was great in 4. You joined, but you're super tired? Don't worry about it, man. I'm on a really long trek. It's going to take me a long time to get there, so meeting up with somebody post would be a little difficult. That's half the fun, Sarum. Hunting down all the summons. I remember getting all the espers in 6, and then grinding until pretty much everybody had all the magic. Which took forever. But it made the final fight a breeze. It's his first time. Well, okay. Hasty, what version of the game are you playing? Steam. Okay. That's what Cappy thought. Makes the most sense. Be the easiest. Why don't you have a game controller? Couldn't you just configure a game controller through Steam and use that? I'm gonna need to pull over and get gas soon. How much do I have left? 600 kilometers. So I get to about 1,000 kilometers from my destination, and then I should start looking really difficult for one. Really, really strongly, I mean. He does have a controller for PC, he just hasn't configured it. Well, configure it, bro. It makes life so much easier. Well, you're welcome then. Sit down and set it up. But get something to eat first. Also, have you decided if you were going to stay and help your dad? I'm interested in your well-being. I don't know why. It's like we're friends or something. Controllers feel weird to you? I prefer keyboard and mouse if possible, but there are some games that I just can't do without a physical controller in my hand. Hello, Angelina. How are you? Yeah, that sounds like you, Hasty. Just never actually go get food. Anyone have any problems with the save game? In what regards? I'm assuming you mean Euro Truck. If that's the case, I've not had any problems with saving my game. Unless you're referring to something specific. You can't save your game at all. Really? Oh, I'm swerving. Yeah, you totally left out the third option, Hasty. I'm gonna pull off to the side of the road here in just a second, Angelina, and I'll see if, I'll make sure I can save. I don't see why not. I've been able to save in the past, but I don't think I've saved recently. Like in the last couple of days. Like, does your game still say, as you're driving, does it still pop up in the upper left-hand corner and say saving game every couple of 100 kilometers or so? Or does it not even do that? Put my hazards on. Not even autosave is working. Well, that's a problem. Hard drive full? That's a possibility. Save. Yeah, that worked for me. Interesting. There was something I was looking for as well. Mirror quality. Let's increase the mirror quality. Mirror distance. Here we go. Medium. Reflection detail, medium. Whoop. Wow, okay, that's not what I want. Hold on. That's terrible. What did it just do? Okay, hold on. Have you verified... I'm assuming you have the game through Steam. Have you verified the file integrity? You did that also. Well, do you know where the game files are saved? Because my next suggestion would be to go to that folder and make sure you can maybe create a random file in there. Like, see if you can create a text document in that folder. Wow, the mirror quality is garbage now. Hold on, that made it like 10 times worse. Alright, hold on. Mirror distance medium. I'll leave that on. Okay, that's better. That's super weird. Why did increasing my mirror quality just decrease the visibility in it? That was really strange. Uninstall, reinstall. Well, I'd like to see if her permissions for the folder have been adjusted somehow. Yeah, bummer. I would go to the Save Games folder and see if you can create just a blank document. See if it'll allow you to type something into the document and save it into that folder, just to make sure that there's not a permissions-based problem for the folder. Maybe it got adjusted with a Windows update or something. That'd be my next suggestion. How much gas do I have? 477 kilometers. We're gonna wait. Also, don't worry about your bad English. It's perfectly fine. You speak English better than I do. Or at least you type English better than I do, that's for sure. That increased draw distance does help, though. It no longer looks like the road is disappearing into nothing. It looks like it's fading into the horizon. You've been playing World of Warcraft for 12 years? That's pretty darn impressive. I only played it for about 3, maybe? But I quit playing a long time ago. Oh, you haven't restarted the computer? It allowed you to make adjustments to the save folder? That would be my next suggestion then, is to reboot the machine. You were playing WoW 'cause money? You were getting paid to play WoW? Lucky. But yeah, definitely reboot and see if that makes an adjustment for your save folder capabilities. Oh, you were a gold farmer. Okay. Well, yeah, at that point, you're making more than twice what most people make. Might as well keep doing it. Yeah, if I was able to make twice like twice my current pay, by more than twice my current pay by playing video games, yeah, I would play video games for a living. At that point, I don't even care. WoW's dead now. Not a big surprise. How did she farm gold with only 800k internet? That had to be terrible. Well, a new expansion is always on the horizon. Didn't David just get back into WoW again? Yeah, he did. He asked me if I wanted to play again. I was like, nope. I don't have enough free time as it is now. What's up, Full Metal Dragon? You've been playing for 6 hours already? It's all good. I'm mainly just playing to relax before the end of the day. So I'm not going to be able to put in like a ton of driving, but probably another hour and a half or so. Yeah, I'm sure Subnautica is really fun. I just can't get into another, like, crafting type game. I don't know, I played so much Minecraft that actually trying to pick up any kind of game that has a heavy focus on material collection and crafting, it's just, it feels like it's a slog at that point. So I was just like, I don't want to do this. Well, I know it's not close to Minecraft, but I mean, if the game has a significant focus on material collection and item crafting based off of the material collection, I've played other games like it, like, what was the third-person 2D one that was really popular as Minecraft was out? Like when Minecraft was still big? It was the one with like a giant floating eye. Terraria? Something like that? Tried to play that, couldn't get into that. Tried to play a couple of others that are somewhat similar in that same kind of genre. Couldn't get into any of them. just this grind for materials to make objects that after like 15 minutes I no longer need. And I'm just like, ugh. I'm heading to Norway, to Bergen. And I'm in northern Germany? I know I'm in Germany still. Because I'm still passing up Australian farts. Ausfart. So I've got to still be in Germany. Running out of fuel. Okay. Well, show me the map so that I can find one. How much do I have? 200 kilometers. That should be more than enough to get to a gas station. Yeah, sorry, I just thought you meant, like, it's nothing like Minecraft. You meant, like, graphical-wise. And I was like, well, yeah, no, of course it's not. That whole graphics idea was really, really hot for a while because of Minecraft, but it's recently just kind of died. Have I seen anything on the Kingdom Come game, the one that just came out today? I watched like 15 minutes of Christopher Odd's first video of that. And it looked pretty good. It looked kind of like... Oh, to me it looked kind of like a cross between Dragon Age, Skyrim, and the Telltale Games version of Game of Thrones. So it looked interesting. Looks like I'm coming into Denmark? I must just be entering Denmark now. Yes, Denmark. But I didn't really watch a lot of it. I watched like 15-20 minutes of it and then stopped. It looks like it could be interesting, but I don't know. I got way too much on my plate. I've got so many games I have to play. And I pretty much need to wait until next week before I get back into The Witcher, because I'm on call at work this week. So I don't want to be in the middle of The Witcher and then have to stop in the middle of a stream to help a client. So I think this week's just going to be some relaxing video game play, just doing whatever I can stop quickly in, and then next week I'll get back to The Witcher 2. Okay, we gotta stop here for gas. Hey, awesome, Angelina. I'm glad it got that got fixed. I'm guessing the reboot probably is what did it then, huh? Windows Defender. I hate that. See you later, Full Metal Dragon. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. If you want to hang out more, I don't know if you're in our Discord or not, but you can do an ! Discord and it'll get you a link there, or you can just scroll down and there's a giant Discord button you can click on, join our Discord server and hang out there as well. I post when I'm gonna go live, so it'll be easier for you to keep an eye on it. I know Twitch doesn't always send out the emails. If you asked me, you would have installed Windows XP. Oh wow, donate still goes there? That's interesting. I need to change that donate thing. Can anyone tell you what mods are the best? I'm probably not the best person to ask for that. I tend to steer away from mods. I know I have used pro mods in the past, but so I know that one was really good, but I don't currently use any mods now. Because I can't use mods in multiplayer. But yes, the multiplayer mod is also very good. But if you use multiplayer mod, you can't use anything else. So I mean, I guess I am playing a heavily modded version of Euro Truck. I never looked at it that way. I just considered this like a game mode. No, Angelina, if anything higher than 5 kilometers over, or if you're in American Truck Simulator, 5 miles per hour. Yep, 5 miles per hour over. I gotta get my truck fixed. You'll get a ticket. I just happen, in multiplayer, I have the tickets disabled, so that I can drive. I drive the fastest I can drive with an external contract, which is either 90 kilometers or 65 miles per hour. And then I don't worry about stop signs, I don't worry about stoplights, because in the multiplayer mod there is no AI traffic. There are only other multiplayer drivers. So stopping at a stoplight or at a stop sign is, you know, it's useless. So I just drive on through. So rather than get tickets everywhere, I just disabled tickets. And I also disabled sleeping, so I don't have to stop and sleep anymore either. But I just do that for multiplayer. I have a different profile for single player, and I have tickets turned on, and sleeping is turned on, all that stuff. But I don't want to be on multiplayer and driving with my friends and have to stop and take a nap, you know? You got a 5,000 horsepower engine mod? That seems a bit extreme. Could you imagine if you had realistic fuel consumption with a 5,000 horsepower engine? You drive like 5 miles down the road and run out of gas. Yo, what's up, Lobo? How are you doing, good sir? I have to find the nearest city with a repair station. I like that song. It's a good song. Alright, let's come to a stop right here. Look at my map. No repair station there. No repair station there. There's a repair station. Wait, hold on. I'm not even zoomed in far enough. Wait a second. Okay, there's a repair station here. Let's do... Let's do that. Okay. Getting movie tickets? What are you gonna go watch? I can guarantee there's not fuel in every city. I know for a fact there's not fuel in every city. You're taking your mom to see Black Panther on Friday? That sounds awesome. Have you seen it already? No, you haven't? Okay. I am so far behind on my Marvel movies. Okay, yeah, if you upgrade your garage, you get a fuel station, definitely. I don't understand your question, Sarum. I think the last Marvel movie I watched was Iron Man 2. Oh, goodness, no. Okay, I see what you mean. No. I think the trailers are just a poor depiction of what the movie is. Guardians of the Galaxy? Nope, haven't seen that. I've only seen the first Captain America. I saw the first Avengers film. And that's it. I have not seen Thor 2. I've not seen the last two X-Men movies. I saw the first X-Men movie with the younger cast, but I've not seen the other two. I've not seen Logan. I'm really far behind. Oh, that's right. I had to restart the game. Well, I know what Logan is going to be about because I read the comic book, so I know the gist of it. I know it's not exactly the comic book, but it's got similar enough themes. What is co-insurance and ATS? What do you mean, what is? Do you, like, it's vehicle insurance. Alright, now the truck's fixed. $700 miles, and I have $1,300 in the tank. No, it's just vehicle insurance. I was a little confused by it at first, too, because I don't remember buying it. I assume you had to buy it, but I don't remember doing that. Maybe I did? But anyway, yeah, it's just insurance. I'm surprised that they introduced it in ATS and haven't put it in ETS 2. My mom surprised me with a couple of movies back in the day when she told me she would want to go watch this, that, or the other. Like, my most awkward movie watching experience with my mom was when my mom wanted to watch Scary Movie with me. So I took my mom to watch Scary Movie in the theaters. And that was awkward. For those of you who have seen Scary Movie, you probably remember, you may not immediately remember, but when I remind you, you'll probably remember the sex scene in that movie. It was extremely weird. The rest of the movie was fine. It was funny, and, you know, we laughed and joked the whole time. And then, the sex scene came on, and it was just like, oh, God. This is awkward. What's up, Hasty? Welcome back. I'm glad you came back at the best time. You know, that's actually a good point, Marty. That's probably why they did it in ATS. There's not nearly as many garages, not nearly as many jobs. You can't drive quite as far. So I guess that makes sense. Alright, let's get on the ferry. And then we'll go over to Herpderpistan. Wherever it is I'm going. Southwest Norway. I don't know the name of the city. But I'll see it. Boo! I like the ports where you can drive onto the ships. This is not one of those. Alright, so we're going... Kristiansand, I think. We'll find out. You wonder if they will add Estonia? Oh, I'm sure they will. Because you're right here. Isn't this Estonia? This isn't it, is it? I thought it was this one. But yeah, I have a feeling one of their next ones will probably be all these countries here. And then they'll probably do Finland and add in the northern part of Sweden and Norway. It's south of Finland. Oh, so it's this one. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling they'll add this in so that they can have ports that jump over to Finland. And then they'll add Finland and continue this in another patch. But the next one is either going to be Spain and Portugal, or it's probably going to be Croatia, Bosnia, this area. Eventually they're going to want to include Russia, so they pretty much have to include Estonia. Yep, we'll go this way. Oh, they didn't... okay. Didn't a girl get stuck to the ceiling or something? That is exactly what happened. You laughing at me?
Yep.
Yep. The girl got plastered to the ceiling. And it was extremely awkward watching that scene with my mom. Because I was just like... Isn't that the start of the movie? I don't remember. I watched the movie maybe twice? I think maybe just the once, though. And that was in theaters when it came out, so I have no idea. Oh, the part where the girl gets stabbed in the silicone boob. Yeah, that's the first scene. The movie was funny. And then I don't remember which scary movie it was, but the only other scary movie stuff I remember is from one of the subsequent scary movies, either 2 or 3. You had that one actor, and he was playing a butler in a house, but he had a little deformed hand, and he was like stirring the mashed potatoes with his deformed hand and trying to feed people with his deformed hand. But yeah, I definitely grew out of that kind of humor. I don't really find those movies funny anymore. That's number 2? Okay. Yeah, I remember it being funny when I was that age. Yeah, grab onto my strong hand. Yeah. That actor, however, I always forget that actor's name because he's always been a B-list actor, but he's hilarious. Elliot something? Or something Elliot? Check this out, Marty. Just fucking boom. Let's forget that roundabout. Marty's all like, Chris Elliott, thank you. Yeah, Chris Elliott's hilarious. He's a terribly underused actor. Oh, you're gonna hate this one then. Oh, I can just drive on through. Never mind. There's no bar on this one. Okay. In Italy, there's bars on all of them. No, I can take like 90-degree turns at about 40 to 45 kilometers an hour. Probably more like 40, honestly. And then those small roundabouts, I can usually take them at about 80 if I'm going straight. If I have to turn, I can get away with them at about 60. Does my truck turn way faster? Maybe it does. Which truck are you driving? Well, in ETS, that's a much wider range of trucks. In ATS, you have 4 trucks. I mean, that's all there is right now. ETS has, like, goodness, 20 something? There's a ton of trucks in ETS. What defines get away? Like my truck getting away from me, you mean? I figured it out. Yeah, it basically get away with 40 miles an hour on a turn. That's in multiplayer when nobody's around. You know, if there's another truck there, I'll have to slow down further. But I mean, if there's no traffic, I don't care about what's in the other lane. It doesn't matter. So I just take the turn at 40 miles an hour and go into the other lane. It's not a big deal. Didn't I have to turn up my sensitivity? I don't know, but I'll stop. Are you going to be around for a little bit, Marty? Because if you are, I'll stop when I make the delivery. If not, I'll stop here in just a second. That was disappointing. 40 you can handle? Okay, well yeah, I take 90-degree turns at 40. So your standard, you know, plus-shaped intersection, I take at 40. That's not unreasonable. I'm pretty sure you'd be able to take the, take the small things. Is that brand new? Like, is that, you warmed it up? Yeah. Hey, welcome, new follower. Let me swerve in and out of 2 lanes for no reason. You show up and immediately follow, and I just immediately just start swerving in and out like I can't drive to save my life. Welcome to the stream! I'm terrible at driving. You can't eyeball the length of trucks and curves? That's fair. It took me a long time to get used to it. And obviously, I still don't always get it right. So, I mean, there's a reason I have 4% damage to my load right now. And it's not because I'm the best driver ever. Do they really repaint roads like that in construction spots? Sometimes. Depends on how long the construction is going to be in place. Oh, you don't drive in real life. Well, yeah, I guess that would also have an effect on it, wouldn't it? So I'm used to judging distances from inside a vehicle as the driver. You can only stay for a little while longer. Okay, I'll pull over here in a second and show you my sensitivity settings. But yeah, Hasty, there's a really major road here in town, in my city, that is getting kind kind of moved over a little bit and resurfaced. And it's going to take them a long time because it's a heavily traveled road. They're almost done with it, but they've been working on it for like a little over a year. And when it's 2 lanes one direction, 2 lanes the other, and then there's like a little kind of a parkway in between the 2 directional lanes that kind of breaks into turn lanes for turning left. So anyway, and what they did is they'd shut down half of the street and funnel all the traffic into 1 lane each direction on the other half. And because it's taking so long, they just went ahead and repainted all the lines on the roads so that nobody got confused. Because people in America get confused really easy. Not about. Options. Gameplay, maybe? Preferred job length. Let's set that to like 75%. Rain probability. Let's crank it up a little. Braking intensity, trailer stability. Those are both default. That's all default. These are controls. They're apparently all default. Steering sensitivity. There we go. There's my steering sensitivity. I don't know what it was on originally, but that's where I have it. So you might want to see if you can adjust your steering sensitivity to that on keyboard. Everything else is, well, everything else is disabled. And there's cursor speed, although I don't think that really affects you. Unless you're steering with mouse. And then there's my cursor speed. But I don't steer with mouse, so that may not actually help you either. Thank you. You may also try turning down the graphics. That's a possibility. All of my graphics, I think all of my graphics are on low, except for textures are on high. Textures are high, everything else is low, and then the draw distance on mirrors is medium, I think. But yeah, while I was watching you drive the other day, while we were in a, oh cool, this is one of the coolest places right here. In Norway, by the way. So stick around for this, Marty. While I was watching you drive, I noticed that when you're pulling a load behind your truck, and you get to a 90-degree turn, you have a tendency of trying to cut the corner really, really sharp. You're trying to cut it really, really close. And you need to actually get your truck way into the intersection before you start to turn. So, like, basically in your mind, you have to kind of draw a picture of how big the cab of your truck is. Not the load behind you, just the actual cab. And you want, in a 90-degree intersection, you want to get the entire cab into the intersection before you start turning. So like, for example, right here, I'm going to go like this and then start turning. Not at this speed, obviously, because I was going too fast, but if I was going 40, that would have worked out a little better. This is a cool little, like, curvy climb through a tunnel. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, turning... if you're carrying a load, you need to turn wide. If your truck has no load on it, you need to turn sharper. But it comes with practice. I cut that one a bit close. You're telling me, dude. I was going too fast was my problem. The distance was right, my speed was wrong. Hey, more followers. Welcome, everybody. But yeah, that's another thing, is it's very different in ETS than it is in ATS. Because in ETS, you have cab over trucks. So the front of the truck is perfectly flat right in front of the steering wheel. So you can get really, really close to stuff without actually hitting anything. Whereas in American Truck Sim, there's a big nose out in front of the truck that you have to compensate for. And the trucks that are more squared off, the noses are significantly longer than the trucks that are aerodynamic. Because the aerodynamic truck still has a nose, but the nose doesn't stick out nearly as far as the bulky trucks do. So like the Kenworth W900 has an enormous nose on the front of it. That thing sticks out like 4 or 5 feet, dude. Almost 2 meters in front of your truck. Whereas the other Kenworth, which is like the 570, I think. I forget the number on that one. 560. Anyway, that one's probably only like 1.5 meters. So you're talking like a 0.5 meter difference between those two trucks, which is significant. But I mean, it's even more significant when going from American truck to Euro truck, because there's no nose on the truck at all. All that distance is gone. Yeah, if you're a new truck driver, the W900 is not a good truck to practice with. It is enormous. If I was suggesting a beginner truck for American Truck Sim to get used to, I would suggest the aerodynamic Peterbilt, because it has the shortest nose in my experience. It certainly feels like it has the shortest nose. Oh, this is the roundabout that's in a tunnel. This one's so cool. You're just like, why is there a roundabout in the middle of a freaking tunnel? This seems like poor design. Well, I know you're way past from beginning, but if you're having trouble making turns, you should probably switch. Switch, get used to the other truck, and then if you want to go back to the W900, then do it later. Hot chocolate. That's the stuff. I don't know. I think you'd have less trouble with it, but you'd also have to afford the truck, so you know, there's that. But in Euro truck, just I got another in-tunnel roundabout. Hold on. In Euro truck, they're all basically the same length. So really the difference in Euro truck is how the truck handles and what kind of engine it'll allow you to get. You did start with the smaller one. You might want to go back to it. You started with the longest truck in ETS2. What's the difference between the longest truck and the shortest truck in ETS2? Like 50 centimeters? It can't be that long. They're all the same design, so... I can't... It's like 50, yeah. 50 centimeters is nothing. From the longest to the shortest truck in ETS being a 50 centimeter difference, to the longest and shortest truck distance in American Truck Sim currently being about half a meter, that's a significant difference. Pug faces. I've always called them snub nose or stub nose. But apparently cab over is the correct trucker term. Lucid schooled me in that. Because the cab is over the engine. And in America, we just call the other ones standard. So obviously, we have a preference. If you're going to call something standard, that's the one you prefer. But I'm sure in Europe you guys have a truckers in Europe have a specific name for the trucks that the Americans use with the giant nose in the front. Yeah, I want to say, Marty, I want to say the Iveco is probably one of the shortest. Lobo's gonna run and do laundry. I like to play video games. Oh, which ones? You know, standard. It always makes me feel really weird when I meet somebody in real life and they're all like, "Oh, hey, you do YouTube and Twitch, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." What games do you play? A lot of them? Simulators, puzzles, sci-fi, fantasy, first-person shooters, racing games, golf. It's like, how much of a wider variety is there? Just say a variety. Yeah, but then they ask you, like, give me an example. And you're just like, oh, dude. That's gonna be a sharp turn. Let's just do this and get this job done. Satisfactory. It's not as good as I wanted to do, but, you know, what are you gonna do? I leveled up off of it. Okay. So, I'm gonna pick up... There's explosives, flammable liquids, and corrosives. Let's get corrosives. Those are handy. Can I take a job to Oslo? That would be useful. Destination. I sorted it backwards. Oslo. Here we go. 15,996. Yeah, let's do that. I want to drive on that road over to Oslo. That'd be really cool. Wait, where am I going? I'm going to the port. Okay. But yeah, now that I don't have a load on my truck, you'll see me taking much sharper turns. Because it doesn't matter. Okay, well that's something that threw me off. I'll admit to you that that really threw me off the other day. In Euro truck, I was hauling a heavy load, and I didn't know that they modified the heavy loads so that the rear trailer turns with you. And it made it very difficult to make turns. Because I was doing these wide sweeping turns, and my my cargo was trying to turn with me, and thus it was turning way too wide and catching on signs and buildings, and it was a troublesome time. So I was compensating the wrong way. Because I forgot how those trucks worked. That's going to be an interesting delivery. Look at that intersection, dude. That is a mess. But yeah, we get to go through this fun place. This spaghetti road. 500 kilometers. I have 700 in the tank. So we're going to be just fine. But yeah, heavy cargo also slows your truck down. So if you go to hit the brakes, your truck actually brakes a lot faster when hauling cargo. When hauling heavy cargo, that is. Because, I mean, the heavy cargo is helping you slow down quicker. The ambulances will have to wait their turn. Will he survive Spaghetti Road, Death Road? That's what your sentence reminded me of, Hasty. You mostly use trailer brakes. See, I don't get into any of that stuff. I don't use the retarder. I don't use trailer brakes. I don't use, what is V? V is your, V is something else. I don't use that. I just use accelerator, brake. That's it. That's what you were going for? I'm glad you and I knew the same thing. Okay, yeah, I use auto retarder, but I have no idea when it kicks in. So, you got me on that one. The fire truck goes for the kill. And then it shows the ambulances coming up, and then the fire truck engine goes off. Brah, brah. The ambulances will have to wait their turn. So stupid. So funny, though. Hasty, does the game have a limited number of times that you can save the game? You have no idea? Okay. I was like, dude, if they had, like, you can only save your game 10 times throughout the entire progress, you're going to be like, ugh. Maybe it's limited save slots. That's a possibility. Like, you can only have 10 active saves, maybe. For example. I don't know what the number is, obviously, but... And then if you save again, it starts replacing the oldest save first. So that you can't... I could see that. They don't want you... I know the conversations have an effect on the world. Your decisions have an effect. So they don't want you to be able to, like, revert a whole bunch of decisions easily. I also never understood, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't understand, obviously, but I've never understood people that play a game for the first time, and a game has something like that where your decisions will affect gameplay, or affect the story outcome, and they'll, in the first time playing their game, they'll research what the best ending is, and follow detailed instructions on how to get it. I never understood that. I'm like, a second playthrough, sure. But your first playthrough should be a vanilla blind experience where you're just going through the motions yourself and figuring out the story the way you want to. But I saw a lot of people doing that when I was playing Mass Effect. Where, when I was playing through Mass Effect blind, they were like, why didn't you do this? It would have had a different outcome. I'm like, because it's blind, duh. What part of that don't you understand? That's absolutely why I wanted you to play Mass Effect blind. I didn't want somebody coming in and being all like, you should do this! Because it totally changes the story. Like, I've been wanting to play through Mass Effect, Mass Effect trilogy again, with specific decisions in mind to see what the outcome of that decision would be. Because I think that would be extremely interesting. And I would follow I would follow a strict rule of what to do in what order so that I could accomplish those things, but that's because I'm playing it for like the 20th time. Out of all your blind playthroughs, you haven't had anybody ruin something for you yet? Well, you are lucky, my friend. I've had plenty of people attempt to ruin stuff, and a couple of people just, like, going out of their way to make sure that I get spoiled. I had one with Dragon Age, and that almost made me stop playing the game. Because it made me so angry. And then they tried to be all like, but this doesn't happen in the game because I read about it in a book because it happened, you know, it's part of the story that's not part of the game. It's in a novel or something. And then, of course, the thing that they said happened in the game. And that's why I was all like, well, I'm not surprised because somebody ruined it. Well, I'll tell you off stream, Hasty, if you're really interested in knowing what part that was. But obviously, I'm not going to say what part it is because that'll spoil it for other people. I think I mentioned it when I got to the part in the Let's Play, though. Alright, we're going to get to the spaghetti part of the road here in just a second. And I'm interested to see what this is like. But yeah, in the Mass Effect trilogy, I want certain people to die and to see what comes from certain characters' deaths. What's up, Cotton? How are you? The stream's lagging for you. Well, that sucks. Can't spoil the road for me. Well, no, it's drawn. I can see it. But yeah, exactly. That's a nice bonus. And it's a tunnel as well. That's interesting. Yeah, this is really confusing. I guess it's because we're spiraling up a mountain, probably. And they're doing it to travel upwards, but in the US, we wouldn't have dug the tunnel. We would have just spiraled the road around the outside of the mountain. That seems like overly difficult. I'm gonna hit. Okay. Never mind, I'm good. I took that whole thing above 80 kilometers an hour. So that's not so bad. The loops are wide enough that it's not so bad of a curve the whole way. It's very convenient. Dude, I need gas. Are you okay?
Just you saying you need gas made me laugh. Farts are
Farts are funny. I have 307 kilometers to go and my tank has 465 in it. So I can make my delivery, but if I get a gas station between here and there, I'll stop. This sign says there's one in 700 meters. Marty says he's with you on this one.
yay.
Farts are funny. I agree. Farts are funny. That's why I fart on Cappy every time I get the chance. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were taking a drink. Are you okay?
I almost died.
You almost died, I'm sorry.
Funny because it's true.
Caffey almost spit water all over her desk. Just drinking water right when I said that. Warn a woman! Did she spray on her keyboard? No, thankfully. That would have been problematic because she has a laptop. Hey, Mom's back! I'm guessing your unpacking completed, or at least mostly. How did everybody like the mom stream the other night? I thought it was amazing. Enough, yeah. It's the same with me when I unpack after coming home from Arkansas. I'm like, I unpacked. Did you finish it? I did enough. I did all the stuff I'm not going to use in the next couple of days, and then in the next couple of days I'll just take it out of the suitcase and empty it that way. Yeah, Marty made some funny clips. Your videos, the videos of your stream on YouTube seem to be pretty popular so far. People thought you were hilarious. Yeah, I had a bunch of people show up yesterday when I was streaming Slay the Spire, be like, "Oi, where's Mom? Who's this loser on Mom's channel?" It was awesome. Oh, you did like the epic clips. Oh, sorry. I thought you were like, see, I thought you were speaking like that, where you're like, I did like the epic clips, you know? I thought you were a Valley girl all of a sudden. Well, Carol had to get back to work. I get it. I used your mug today, Mom. Well, it's my mug, but whatever. You know what I mean. I used the mug you bought me. Yeah. Never stop using commas, Marty. There are Americans that don't use commas when they are absolutely needed, and then they act like I'm crazy because I misread their sentences. Getting through Dallas was an adventure. It always is. That's why we usually drive straight through Fort Worth. Or if I have to drive straight through Dallas, I usually hit Dallas between lunch and 5 o'clock. So usually at about 3 is when I hit Dallas. And it's usually, I mean, it's always busy in Dallas, but at 3 o'clock, I can usually make it through Dallas without any significant delays. Because we usually, wait, no, that would mean I get through Dallas probably right after lunch. Oh, you hit it at 5. Good Lord. Good. At that point, I would have just gone around. Let's sort of like forget Dallas. Let's go around. Yeah, exactly, Hasty. There's a big difference between let's go eat grandma and let's go eat grandma. You know? Those sentences are completely different. She had a crack, baby. Or, she had a crack, baby. Sentences need commas. Yeah, and don't do it like it's a cheer. Let's go eat, Grandma. You know, it doesn't work. IKEA was big, she said. Yes, it is.
Yeah, the one in Frisco is awesome.
Yeah, the one in Frisco is enormous. Did y'all eat breakfast there? I'm guessing? I don't know what kind of spread that they're famous for, but it was... I tried it and it was not good. Lingonberry. Yeah, ugh. That was weird.
It's because it's very tart.
Yeah, it's super tart. And not what I expected out of a spread for a crepe. The one in Houston is fair-sized. I think the one in Houston is the same size as the one in Round Rock. But yeah, the one in Dallas is 2 stories. And even a single story in Dallas is bigger than the Round Rock store. So it's really big. It's crazy big. And then Carol said the one in St. Louis was 3 stories, wasn't it? Which sounds insane. Or no, Kansas City. Not St. Louis. Yeah, Kansas City. Oh, Houston IKEA is 2-story? Okay, so maybe you're the same size.
Oh, we should have gone to one in Houston.
It's alright. This truck seems like he's... Oh, he's got a heavy load. No wonder he was struggling uphill for a second.
Gross.
Now to put in an insurance claim on the truck. Yeah, I forgot about that. Good luck, Mom. Well, you'll do that in the morning, probably. I'm gonna follow this dude to Oslo. Dennis wow. Fracorley? Yep, he cut the... Good. He cut the roundabout just like I do. Bump. Dude, if I was in Houston, I would go to that IKEA periodically. I mean, not frequently, but maybe like twice a year kind of thing.
Oh, I was like, once a month.
How often do we need that stuff from...
I don't know, it's amazing. I just want to walk around in it.
Well, I think if you lived nearby it, you would go less frequently because you'd
novelty.
Yeah, the novelty would wear off eventually. You would go more frequently for the first few months, and then after that, you'd be all like, eh.
Yeah,
I know what they have. I don't need to go again. I'm in no rush, dude. Take your time. It's all good. Oh, I gotta be in the right-hand lane as well. Oh wait, no I don't. Never mind. Sorry, bud. I thought I needed to be in the right-hand lane. I gotta be here. Just kidding. Alright, let's paint this roundabout real quick. There we go. Oh, I-10 is terrible. Yeah, never mind. Is it on the north side of Houston? Is that the problem? Because if it's on the north side of Houston, you're screwed. It wouldn't be so bad if it was in Sugarland. I mean, Sugarland is busy, but... But North Houston at 5 o'clock? Man, just kill yourself. just be done with it. That place is a nightmare. I had to leave Houston at about... I think I got out of my customer's location at about 5:15. And they were on the north side of Houston. And it took me about 3 hours to get from the north side of Houston to Sugarland. And then it took me about 2 hours to drive from Houston halfway to the Mexican border. So I spent more time getting through Houston than I did getting from Houston to my town. So it was bad. Houston's the only place I've ever driven through where there was like a 6-lane highway, and the 6 lanes had been divvied down to 1 with like orange cones, orange barrels. Eventually narrowed it down to a single lane, drove in that single lane section of the highway for about 3 or 4 miles, and then at the end it just widened back up to 6 lanes. But the whole section that was cut off, nothing. No construction, no accident, no nothing. I'm like, I drove by that entire section of the freeway, and it was literally wide open. Why the hell would you block off 5 lanes of traffic? And of course, all the, like, construction people in Houston are all like, ha ha ha, look what we did. It's the dumbest thing ever. Alright. Well, how much money do I have now? Leftover pay 308. How much do I have? 216. Let's travel back to Berlin. I need to buy another truck and hire another driver. Alright, let's come over here and we'll repair real quick. This is a MAN dealership. Okay. Alright, service, repair. Do I have any upgrades? I have a slightly more powerful engine, which just gives me some hill traversal and some heavy cargo. Not worth the money. I'd rather wait until I get a bigger engine. Ugh. We're sticking with that. What do we have here? Front bar. I'll stick with the Sting. The Viking. Yeah, that's better. I like that. The Dragonfly. No, let's stick with the Viking there. And then here... Are these Lumen Chromes? They are. Let's put some Screamers on here. There we go. I don't know enough about the highways in Houston to know where that is exactly, but... If it's on the north end of Houston, it's terrible. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for me for tonight. North side? Okay. So, thank you guys for coming and hanging out. For any of you new folks, if you want to hang out in our Discord server, there's a link below the stream, or you can type !Discord in the chat, and you can get a link to come join and hang out in there as well. I find that Twitch sometimes doesn't send you the streaming notifications, but I always put it in Discord when I'm getting ready to stream as well, so maybe that'll make it a little easier on some of you guys. But thanks for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, Mom. Glad you're home safe.